in another universe. Man, there goes another teacher making $1 million a year. Meanwhile, I'm working my butt off playing professional hoops and I can barely make rent. In another universe. Writer Margaret Atwood states that politics are what people do to one another. If we accept Atwood's definition of the political, we can certainly understand how teachers are performing politics every day. And every day we step into the classroom, we have the opportunity to exercise our political muscles for the good of the individual student. Not by preaching from some partisan soapbox, but by understanding what each individual student needs and embracing the practices which help support these needs. You see, these are quiet politics. Politics from the trenches, which does more to enhance the individual students' lives than any amount of rabble-rousing from which so many teachers shy away. Though at times, that sort of political action may also be necessary. A program on the politics of teaching.
If I ran my business the way you people operate your schools, I wouldn't be in business very long. I stood before a packed auditorium, filled with teachers and administrators who were growing restless by the minute. Their initial icy glares had turned into that restless agitation. You could cut the hostility with a knife. You see, I represented a group of business people, dedicated to improving public schools, and was also the executive at an ice cream company who hit some fame in the mid-1990s when People magazine declared our Blueberry the best ice cream in America. I was also convinced of two things. One, that schools needed to change. Two, that administrators were part of the problem. You see, they resisted change, hunkered down in their feathered nests, protected by tenure and a bureaucratic monopoly. They needed to look to business. See, we knew how to produce quality. Zero defects, TQM, continuous improvement. Man, looking back, that speech was perfectly balanced. Equal parts ignorance and arrogance. You see, as soon as I'd finished, a woman in the front row, her hand shot up. She seemed polite, pleasant. She was, in fact, a razor-sharp veteran high school English teacher just waiting to unload. She began.
Mr. Ballmer, we understand that you come to us today from a company that makes ice cream. Is that correct?
Best ice cream in America, ma'am.
How nice. Is it rich and smooth?
16% butterfat.
Premium ingredients, I suppose?
Super premium. Nothing but AAA. Man, I was on a roll.
I never saw the next line coming. She delivered it, leaning forward, with an eyebrow raised up to the sky.
Mr. Ballmer, when you stand at your loading dock and you see an inferior shipment of blueberries arrive, what do you do?
And in the silence of that moment, I could hear the trap snap. You see, I was dead meat. I wasn't going to lie. Well, ma'am, we send them back.
That's right. And we do not send our blueberries back. We take them big, small, rich, poor, gifted, exceptional, frightened, abused, homeless, rude, and brilliant. We take them with ADHD. We take them with junior rheumatoid arthritis. We take them with English as their second language. And that, Mr. Ballmer, is why it's not a business. It's a school.
Eruption. All 290 teachers and administrators and bus drivers and secretaries and janitors all jumped up to their feet and yelled, "Yeah! Blueberries, yeah!" So began my long transformation. Now, since then, I visited hundreds of schools and have learned that schools are not business. But if we want to change education in these United States, we must do more than changing our schools. We must change America.
I like to sing. I know the words to 2,437 songs. Teach me through songs, because I like to sing. I'm full of wonder, questions, and creativity, and amazement, and dreams, and nightmares, and fears, and doubts, and sometimes I feel like I'm the cowardly lion. Sometimes I feel like I'm the thin man. So stiff. I need a heart. How's your heart? Sometimes I feel like I'm grumpy, sleepy, dopey, bashful, black, sneezy, happy. Sometimes I feel like I'm 7 dwarves who have yet to be named. I like to read. Cereal boxes. And comic books. And t-shirts. And billboards. I like to read. A lot. Amaze me. Startle me. Laugh at me. Laugh at me. Because if you teach me in the key of life, then I will amaze, startle, laugh, and love you.
He says the problem with teachers is, what's a kid going to learn from somebody who decided his best option in life was to become a teacher?
I mean, he reminds the dinner guests,
It's always true what they say, you know? Those who can, do. And those who can't, teach.
I decide to bite my tongue instead of his and resist the temptation to remind the dinner guests that it's always true what they say about lawyers.
Because you see, we're eating. And this is pleasant company.
But then he says,
I mean, you're a teacher, Taylor. Now be honest. What do you make?
oh, and I wish he hadn't done that. You know, ask me to be honest. Because you see, I have a policy about honesty and ass kicking. If you ask for it, I gotta let you have it. You wanna know what I make? I make kids work harder than they ever thought they could. I can make a C+ feel like a Congressional Medal of Honor, and I can make an A- feel like a slap in the face. How dare you waste my time with anything less than your very best? I make kids sit through 40 minutes of study hall in absolute silence. No, you may not work in groups. No, you may not ask a question. No, you may not get a drink of water. Why? Because you're not thirsty, you're bored. That's why. I make parents tremble in fear when I call home. Yes, hello. I hope I haven't called at a bad time. I just wanted to talk to you about something that Billy said in class today. Yeah, Billy said, leave the kid alone. I still cry sometimes, don't you? And it was the noblest act of courage I have ever seen. You see, I make parents see their children for who they are and who they can be. You want to know what I make? I make kids wonder. I make them question. I make them criticize. I make them analyze. I make them apologize and mean it. I make them write. I make them read. I make them spell definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful over and over and over again so they will never misspell either one of those 2 words. I make them show all of their work in math, and I make them hide it in all of their final drafts in English, and I make them understand that if you've got this, then you follow this, and if anyone ever tries to judge you by what you make, you give them this. Now let me break it down to you so you know what I say is true. I make a fucking difference. Now what about you?